All right, everyone's down with high tide. Let's do it. Max, you're getting your wish. And we won the roll. And this hand is great. What a day. What a day. Vintage is sort of the everything goes. Oh no, we didn't see the point reveal. You had Force of Will in your hand? Oh, that's too bad. Those are gonna stay right where they are, because I think my opponent sometimes plays some Ponza, so I'm gonna try to keep my lands where I like them in play. Oof. Yeah, I was super lucky to draw Woodland Bellower off that wall flicker. So there is an argument for leaving up Mana Leak there, or waiting to cast Baral for one more turn to avoid exactly Lightning Bolt. But I think I really wanted Baral in play before I cast Mana Leak in order to make use of the trigger. So I think I'm alright with that sequence. We are getting punished for not fetching, which is unfortunate. Sentinel Tower, Merchant Scroll. Alright, I'll keep these ones. No. Now I will shuffle. So now we're just a time spiral away from going off here. And we're not under too much pressure yet. Orcish Settlers, Jesus. Our opponent is not messing around. Time spiral, you say? Intriguing. Yeah, we can flip Search for Azcanta next turn, so we are going to put it into play. If anything ridiculous happens, we can force pitching Dig Through Time now. Actually, we can't flip Search because we know our top card. This was a misplay. I forgot I knew my top card. I just assumed that Time Spiral was already in my hand, which of course it is not. No. Is there an argument for waiting one more turn so we can maybe hit a land drop and flip Search? Yeah, I think so. I think our odds of dying next turn are low. Our opponent's been missing land drops. We're taking 2, 3, 4, 6, maybe a couple more. And we have a counterspell to stop LD. I think there's a reasonable, reasonable argument for waiting here. Please attack with everything. Excellent. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Our opponent attacking us with everything. Tarfire me. I'll fetch. Yeah, although Azcanta's not amazing with High Tide, with all the untap effects, it's really nice to be able to activate multiple times if you're really high on mana. I think I'm just gonna mana leak this. I don't really care if they do anything with 1 green mana. Just keep our life total a little higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can keep anything on top and still transform. We are gonna bin this Jace though. Remand. That's not ideal. So we get to High Tide with 8 mana. So we could dig here. Ensure our land drop. Or try to float some more, like find some untappers and float some more mana. Or we could just float 2 and time spiral. I think I'm inclined to just time spiral here. Keep some black mana floating. We're super likely to hit our land drop off this time spiral. We already have black. This is Canadian Highlander Labox. If you're unfamiliar with the format, I recommend you check out. There's a panel below the stream. What about Canlander? And in that panel, there's a link to an awesome introductory video. It is a lot of lands. We're going to start out with a Sea Beyond. Going to shuffle in one of these lands. Going to activate Nazcanta here. Merchant Scroll is not bad. I guess we don't necessarily want to tap all our lands yet. Frantic Search here. Twister and Force of Will. Force of Will can get discarded, as can a land. We're certainly going to untap some of our lands. We're going to Merchant Scroll for Turnabout, float mana, and then Twister. Target us. Use blue mana. This will be going up on YouTube. Yeah, there's a link to the YouTube channel in the description, in the About Me section below the stream. I think there's a link to the YouTube at least. Yeah, low man, dig does pay for itself if I find a land with the untap. You're right. Maybe it was better to dig before spiraling there. Land, untap. Do I want to opt first? I don't think so. I'm just gonna Twister here. Oofa doofa. This is not great. I'm gonna transmute Dizzy Spell. Is that what I want to do? I could transmute Dizzy Spell for another High Tide, and then that puts me up to 12 mana. I think that's worthwhile. I don't think there's anything better to get. Is there anything better to get? Could also get Candelabra. Is that better than High Tide right now? I don't think so. I'm just gonna get High Tide. I'm gonna Ponder first. Or no, I'm gonna Impulse, then Ponder. Whoever said that was correct, I think. I think we're short on draw 7s right now. We're gonna get Merchant Scroll here. We can scroll for turnabout again. Turnabout, target us. Oops. Actually, I want to float black mana for sure here. We're all in on a Ponder and an Azcanta activation. Not exactly where you want to be, but... Oh no, oh no, oh no! I goozled myself! Oh! Can I Control Z that? Nope, cannot. Well, since I put Fact or Fiction third down, I think I have to shuffle this Ponder now. That's unfortunate. Moto Tilt. Never lucky. Tendrils. Sure. Serum Visions. Notoriously great for winning you the game. Treachery. Loses us the game still. Or maybe it doesn't. We're not stone dead, right? Bottom. Bottom. So you're saying there's a chance, yeah. I saw the line, Tunneling Cat. So you're telling me there's a chance. Compulsive Research? Candelabra. I mean, Azcanta sees more cards than Compulsive Research, right? So we might as well take Candelabra. All of those were very good, though. So this has been a wild ride. Don't fail me now, Azcanta. Tendrils, Yahtzee. All right. Well, almost punished for the misclick, but always lucky in the end. Woo! Well, we managed to not get punished for misclicking on that Ponder and not giving us access to a Fact or Fiction that would have been great, but got there in the end. Sorry if I'm not interacting during the combo turns, but it takes a lot of focus to play this deck. So I'm gonna try to interact when I can during the combo turns, but they already take a super long time, and I'm worried about my clock going too low if I talk too much during the combo turns there. Vexing Devil. I'll be taken 4. Reasonable chance that just does 20 if we leave it in play. That's the reason we waited a turn in order to flip Azcanta for the combo turn. Because with all the ways this deck has to untap lands, having access to multiple Azcanta activations is crucial. That's probably a good call, Arakasi. Ankh of Mishra. Man, this person's so hateful. Why do they hate lands? Spell Snare. Right on time. I'm just going to fire off this Sea Beyond. See a Bloodstained Mire. Can't afford to take a billion. Sulfuric Vortex. That's actually kind of okay. We can probably win before that kills us. We're sort of taking 4 a turn. I'm going to pass and hope to be able to impulse on end step and hope to find High Tide or a thing that finds High Tide. Or a bounce spell, maybe. Yeah, unfortunately, their like burn plan might just be good enough against us here, but Pillar of Flame us. That's gonna resolve. I think I might actually Brainstorm then Impulse to clear the Brainstorm. Cloud of Fairies, Dizzy Spell, that's good. Put back 2 lands. So we found a thing that finds High Tide. Aetherflux Reservoir is nice. Can I afford to take it? Let's see. I take Reservoir, untap, go to 6, go to 4. Reservoir's in play. Then next turn I untap. I go to 2. So if they have this loses to, Reservoir loses to any burn spell. I think I kind of have to though. I'm gonna take Reservoir and try to win with that, or at least use it to let us live. That's not a good one. Yeah, it's certainly not ideal, but I mean, maybe their hand is all Orcish Settlers. That's the hope. Their hand was not all Orcish Settlers, chat. All right. Back on the play. Oh yeah, Vortex stops life gain. That line was bad. All right. Excellent. High Tide in the opener. Against a non-black, non-blue deck. Let's go. With a interaction spell. Yeah, cards like Shrine and Sulfuric Vortex rarely lead to the fastest goldfish kills for those decks, but they're often just so great as repeatable or virtually repeatable damage sources. Island go. The classic. Vexing Devil again. That hardly seems fair. Hardly seems fair. Yes. I mean, we honestly don't need that much. Brainstorm's a good one. Gonna sit on that for a turn or two, but they definitely do want to goldfish as fast as possible. Those cards are often good enough on the play, even in games where they want to goldfish. Search for Azcanta. I'm gonna brainstorm. What do I think of Vexing Devil and red attack? Red decks. Card is great in openers, but falls flat if you draw it turn 4 or 5. I still think it's good enough, honestly, but yeah, your mileage may vary. If you need burn spells to back it up, you need like a high density of burn spells. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to take advantage of it. But against red decks, even on turn 4 or 5, the board is typically clear because you have to trade with their creatures, or you have to spend your turns killing their board, or you have burn spells to kill their things. Whenever your opponent casts a white or blue instant or sorcery spell, not a chance. No, not happening. Goodbye. No way is that resolving. Yeah. We could have let it resolve and bounced it, but then we're taking 2. That seemed... Yeah, we're... Noping that one right away. We will not put Island into our graveyard. We hope they play something that is a permanent and get to Into the World. I think it's M14, not M12. Yeah, that's right. This is not a coward stream, no. We are certainly able to block warriors. Well, I'm certainly afraid of Mindsparker, but I don't think that makes me a coward. At least I'd like to think so. I'm gonna bid in this Watery Grave. Nice. So our plan is to dig through time end of turn and hope to hit something. Mana Vault. Okay. Mana Vault pass? That's weird. Alright. We're digging. Mystical Teachings is nice. And Blue Sun Zenith is also alright, but not great. I think I'm just taking Teachings land, honestly. Don't need Blink. Flood, eh? Well, we're gonna pass. Our plan is to Mystical Teachings end step for Mystical Tutor for Time Spiral. Then on our next turn, we're going to High Tide, flood the High Tide again, cast Time Spiral with a bajillion mana. And go from there. Really don't know what's going on with our opponent, but what's the best way to try and introduce a community to Canlander when a majority of people are standard players? That's a little more difficult. As I've mentioned before, I think the best way is to just go and start jamming games and sort of let the format advertise itself. I think it does a really good job of doing that, and the games you play will likely end up seeming sweeter than the games they're playing, and they'll ask you what you're doing, and then it'll give you a sweet opportunity into being able to like introduce the format properly and let them know what's going on. No, I would not like to put Time Spiral in my graveyard. So we're going to do everything we said we were going to do. High Tide, flood, High Tide. High Tide again. Float the Manaz. Cast the Time Spiral. Now we have 22 mana and 7 cards. What could go wrong? Yeah, having hey Super Giraffe, thanks for checking out the stream. Ooh-wee. We did not brick. I would describe this decidedly as not a brick. We're going to start with a nice turnabout targeting us, untapping lands. I see, they had the Abrade. So we could into the Royalist in response if we want to, but I think we'd rather use it to draw an extra card off our top. So we're going to do that. Mana is certainly not our constraint here. I missed one. All right. So we're going to go Preordain. Don't need either of those. Island. We have a land to play? Holy cow. It's a perfectly reasonable amount of mana. I don't, yeah, we win here. We can Dark Petition for Tendrils at any point, but I'm gonna, in case they have instant speed life gain for red mana and colorless mana. Crazier things have happened. Yeah, we could have looked at the top 3, but no real reason to. Exactly, Manamorphose into Feed the Clan. We're playing around at all. Guess we don't need to tap mana for our spells, so it's not the world in which we live currently. Alright, now we have Mystical backup. I'm ready to go now, chat. We also did need to cast at least 2 spells in order to get Spell Mastery to have enough black mana, so